Hi everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles. Welcome. I am glad you are here. We are going to do another one-page wonder. I actually made two samples for us just because I was having so much fun playing with this new paper kit of mine. So first, let me just show you what the little one-page wonders look like. They're little mini folders, journals, something, whatever you want to call them. So it opens up like this, and there's a pocket here on the front cover, and then a page that opens up this way. Journaling, right? Decorated, so cute. Okay, a pocket right here. Put that right there. And then this page also opens up, and I thought that was fun to do a vellum punch out. And then you could see through. And actually, this is the piece, I think, that got punched out. Isn't that cute? All right, so, and then a pocket here on the back cover. This one I did a touch different. I decorated it different, as I believe. Again, though, there's the pocket. This opens up. I added a pocket here for fun, journaling. It has this side load pocket as well. Oh, and I made this cute little flippy journaling card, which we can make one of those. It's pretty easy. I hope I remember. And then it opens this way. I put a little heart there. And I did a vellum pocket. So this one has a few more pockets. And the pocket here on the right, the back cover. Okay, so the paper I'm using is a new paper kit that I have in my Etsy shop. It's Collage Papers #3, pink and green themed, but I did this one a little different. So there are 4 collage pages this time. So that's one. Aren't they pretty? There's all different kinds of shades of greens, pinks, even leaning a little towards like a purple there. So pretty, I think. Love them. Please let me know what you think. A bird, a fun lady, a sailboat, just fun. Okay, so there's 4 of those. And then this kit also has these 3 journaling cards or tags and these 4 collaged circles. These are very versatile. You can also print them in smaller proportions, percentages, if you want a smaller card or need some smaller images. And then this kit also included 3 backing papers. So one in a pink, one in a kind of a neutral, and they're all kind of aged, and a green. Love them. Okay, so you can, if you need backing papers or you want to print these on the back. To make the one-page wonder, I did take one of the collage pages and I printed one of the backing papers on the back. Now I cut mine when I cut the white edge off. Mine is 10 1/4 by right at 8. So you can start with scrapbook paper, you can start with a digital, an 8.5 by 11 or A4, and cut it to that dimension. What is nice about this one is if you were off, like when you cut it and you remove the white, it's a little less than 8 or a little more than 8, right? Or it is not quite 10 1/4, this will work. And you'll see what I mean here in just a minute. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this one. So get your paper ready. And we're going to do a little bit of scoring and then cutting. I will put the measurements in the description of the video below. I will also link the kits that are in my Etsy shop if you're interested. But again, this will work with any paper you have that makes you happy. All right, we're first going to score on the long side. So you're 10 1/4 or 10 and a something. And we're going to score regardless of if yours is 10, 10 1/8, whatever. We are going to score at 3, 6, and 9. All right. Now, because our paper can vary just a little bit, we're not going to score the next fold. We're just going to fold it over. So I hope that this is going to make sense. So you've scored at 3, 6, and 9. And now we are just going to fold it in half on your approximately 8-inch side. Just get it nice and neat. Normally I would have, scored at 4, and I'll probably put that in the description, but just fold it in half this way. So that way Even if you're a smidge off, it doesn't matter. Your height of your little journal will just be a smidge different than mine. Mine all cut pretty much at 8, but there you go. Sometimes we mess up, or our printers are a little different. Okay, so let's fold. And the reason it works if you're off on that 10 1/4 is this last score that we did at 9. This folds over. These are going to be these pockets. And it doesn't matter if they're a touch wider or just a touch more narrow. It's okay. It's at the end. So that's why your scores at 3, 6, and 9 will work. That's not too much information or confusing. I just know sometimes my paper is not the exact measurement, and a lot of times it won't work on a project. This one, you have a little bit of opportunity to have your paper not be exact. Cute. Okay, let me add some ink so that you can see where we are going to cut. So I'm going to put the ink on this green side. And I'll probably end up inking the whole thing because you guys know I like ink. And this is Distress ink and tea dye that I'm using, but again, use whatever you want or don't ink at all. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you taking the time. I do not take for granted when you guys come by and watch my videos. It means a lot to me, so thank you, thank you. And I appreciate all the thumbs up, the likes, and the comments. Tells YouTube you like what I'm doing, and they show my videos to more folks, and that just makes it so much easier for me to keep creating content because I get a few pennies from YouTube. So thank you guys. It's a free way to really help the YouTubers, the creators that you enjoy watching. I'm just going to go ahead and just ink the whole thing and then it's done. Except I'm going to round a couple of corners after we cut, but those will be fast. I just like ink. All right, and I really am enjoying these collage type papers. I hope you guys are too. I am open to suggestions, like if there's a color palette you want. Lisa suggested the purple and yellow, and it was the number 2. The first one was just kind of random neutrals and colors and things, and now I'm kind of having fun picking like the purple and yellow, now the pink and green. And of course there's other things popped in there. Okay, now that you have your paper folded and creased, I inked so you can see where I'm going to cut. We are going to cut on this score line all the way up to this score line. And then from this side, we are going to cut on this score line 1, 2 to the second score line. So we're going to cut here and here. And I'm going to try to cut right in the middle, nice and neat with my scissors. You could use a, like a X-Acto knife and a ruler if you want to. Scissors. Okay, right up to that second score line on this side. So now your paper should look like this. All right. So now we are going to fold it in half, and I'm going to have where it opens at the top. Okay. And then the first thing you want to do is fold over. This is going to become that pocket. And then fold from the left and then fold it right over. Okay. And then flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold from the left. We're going to fold from the right. I do know my right and left. Fold from the left and then fold it over. And now we're going to look at it. And see. So we have the castle and some flowers. That's nice. A nice pocket. A little part of a bird there. This is going to get glued to make the side load pocket. Lady is upside down. And this flower is upside down. So then the other option is to turn it this way. I'm just seeing which way I like my paper. And I've got kind of the book and a flower on the front. Now my lady's not upside down, right? And then these, I definitely like it better this way. I can do something, either a decoration or a label, or put something on this pocket or this page. These don't look upside down to me. So I'm gonna do it that way. You look at your paper and you decide if your paper has a direction. If it's a pattern paper, none of that matters. Okay, I'm gonna completely unfold mine. I'm gonna show you where I'm gonna choose to round the corners and then fold it one more time in case you need to see it again. Now, let me show you. Mine ended up with the pockets, corners rounded, and the pages that open this way with the round corners. If you want yours like that, this is what you're gonna do. You don't have to round them. We're gonna round this corner, this corner, this one, here, 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 and here. So I think it's just easier to see for you if I have it all open. You certainly don't have to reopen yours if you don't want to. But now is the time to go ahead, if you're going to round them, and do it. And we'll add a touch of ink where we just punched. And then we'll be ready to start gluing. We will refold and glue. Okay, please let me know if you like the papers. I like your feedback. And if you don't, please be kind. It's okay to say it's not my favorite, but not be rude, right? Okay, we are back. Let's show you how to fold it one more time. I'm gonna fold it in half, the open side at the top. I'm gonna fold the small section from the right over, and then this is gonna be one of the pages. Fold this one over, and then fold it together. And now flip it over and do the same thing. The little pocket, the page, and fold it over. Now I've already decided this is the orientation that I like. So I'm going to open it up, and we are going to glue this pocket. So we're just going to add glue to the bottom and the top of the pocket and close it up. So cute. All right, then this is the page that's going to open. All right, this is going to be a full page. Right now, it opens like this. Okay, I want to leave it open on the side. So I'm going to fold this down, and we're going to add glue along this section and the top. So a bead of glue here and here. And yes, we have to cover up that pretty paper. Okay, make sure that sticks. And then this is going to leave it open as a pocket. We'll look at it in a moment. All right, we have this page that opens this way. Now we're going to glue this pocket down. And if you want to leave these as a flip, you can. I want the little side pockets. Bottom, top bead of glue. And there we go, we've got it. Now we just decide how we want to decorate our lovely little journal. And it's a nice size. It is, mine is 4 by 3, and yours, if you get your paper approximately that 8 by 10 1/4, yours will be 2. Okay. So I do think I'm going to show you, oh, here's the side pocket. Okay. I am going to show you how I did that. It's not hard, but I'll just show you because I kind of liked that feature. I am using a 2-inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch a circle here. And I'll show you how I lined it with the vellum. So I'm going to do my best. I didn't get the other one centered exactly right, but I'm going to do my best to get my punch centered from this score line to the edge of the paper. Oh, my punch decided to be cruddy. Ah! It happens. It happens. I don't know why it occasionally decides to do those. One thing, even though, let's see, that'll help. Of course, I can try to sharpen my punch, but I'm going to punch through some regular paper as well and see if I can't get it to give me a clean punch. It doesn't do it that often. All right, now the trick is to try to line it up where I had it. Much better. There we go. That was just some scrap paper that I had. Okay, better than trying to trim it out with my scissors. There, it looks good. And now I have that circle I can play with, and I have these circles. Okay, so the next question is the question I would like to answer next is, what would I like to see through when I look at the circle? And I think the butterfly would be cute. You also, it doesn't have to be a circle. We could just put, here's that butterfly in a different, you know, we could just put an image, make a pocket, do something in there. On the prototype, I just glued another circle and left it for some writing space. We can also punch a circle of anything we want to have it peek through. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, I don't want to cut that bird's head off. I might use, I'm going to just tear this with my ruler. Okay. Let's see. I kind of liked those flowers coming through. And of course, if you want to do a circle, it's not too hard to line it up. You would just, like, let's pretend, just so that you can see how I did it, is I just held it in there like that, opened it up, and then I just lifted it up, added some adhesive, and that way I knew it was perfectly lined up. This one, I am going to do this one. I was thinking about trying to make it a little scrappy pad here, and you see the image there. So I'm thinking this can be the top of my scrappy pad. And again, I'll just grab some copy paper and get a few pages. It won't be a huge scrappy pad, but it'll be cute and it'll be a little different. I'm going to have it the pages in a variety of sizes, because why not? And that's fun. Ink the top cover. I don't want to get it too bulky, so it's just going to have the 2 pages, I think. And then the key here, I am going to put a topper on it. Let's pick, I have some scraps from the kit. Yeah, I'll just do, this one's not cut evenly, but you're not going to see the back. So I don't think it matters. I love making these kind of little scrappy pads. Okay, I'm gonna staple it together with my tiny stapler. And then, I don't mind seeing the topper. I think that's okay. All right, so I'm just gonna glue it on by the topper. I could have used a piece of tape, which might have been a little bit of a better choice, but it'll be okay. Okay, now let's add the vellum so you can see how to do that. You need a piece of vellum, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna assume that my circle punch is going to give me a fit, and we're going to do our best to get this one ready, and then I will cut it to the right height. Now I have a fun vellum circle if I want it for something. Let's see how to do. Yeah, That's just fine. I am going to round this corner so that it nestles in there nicely. So nestles nicely. I want it to nicely nestle. And then let me remind myself what I did. Okay, then I just covered it with a cute piece of paper. Okay, which is optional, of course, but let's chop this off. It needs to be a little less than 4 inches. Oh, it would be nice if I cut it straight. There we go. And I'm going to cover it so I don't even have to worry about rounding that corner because you're not going to see it. But you know what, let me round it in case I decide not to cover this with paper. Let's just real quick see. Okay. Because that is optional. Just using some glue. And sometimes you see the glue on the vellum and sometimes you don't. And that might have been why I decided to do it. I don't know. Or I just thought it would look pretty. Okay. Let's squish. Flatten all that glue. That's very satisfying to see the glue get squished when I press it down. This is what happens when with paper that is not see-through. When I'm like, okay, I'm going to just really burnish that down, knowing the glue's spreading out. Not sure when it dries if we'll see those spots, but look how cute. Oh, I completely did that wrong. I wasn't supposed to punch the circle. Pam, where's your brain? So we have vellum here for no reason, and we have no vellum to look through. I just got way ahead of myself. I was thinking of the liner paper, and that's how you do the liner paper. Let's just cut another piece of vellum and glue it down. Because this is why, a little less than 4 and a little less than 3. Oh, goodness. I didn't cut it short enough. Okay, so this is where we all make mistakes, right? And instead of starting over, I'm going to round 2 of the corners. I'm going to just keep going. Somebody left me a comment the other day, and I really appreciate it. They said, good job. Just, you know, working on through it. Because sometimes it happens. Okay, the big thing is you don't want to get glue in the wrong part of this vellum. So I'm going to put the glue there. And then I'm going to put the glue around the edges. I definitely do not want glue where my circle is going to be. Okay, and you just put it in here. Don't go over your crease. There we go. A lot easier, right? Now you're seeing all kinds of lovely glue. But look, we have the vellum now. Yay! That was so funny. Oh, goodness. Let's make a layer to cover that up. I think I'll be happy covering that up. This is the one where we will have to punch a circle. So I know I need it to be, again, approximately 4 by 3. I'm going to go. Oh, I did that the wrong. This one may not be tall enough. Let's try it by, okay. No, it'll be just fine. In fact, we may need to take another tiny smidge off. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, I am going to round these 2 corners. I'm going to ink it. And this is going to cover up all those layers of vellum on this page. And luckily, vellum is skinny. And you don't really notice it. Okay, I'm coming down. I'm using the same punch. Oh, forgot the punch is acting up. Hopefully I can get this out of here. It is old, the punch. Oh gosh. Okay, this is the one though where we need the circle, right? Okay, and because of how the circle ended up being punched, it's not a big deal. I just have to take a smidge off of this side again. You just have to look at it and then line it up. Get a little bit of ink on here, a little bit of ink in this circle. It's all fixable. And it still looks just fine. Would probably help if I took a smidge off of the top, but I'm going to glue it down and then I may trim it off after it's glued down. So just add glue to glue this layer down. Pam's so silly. Line up your circle. That's what you're going for, is the circle. Okay, close enough. Didn't quite cover up the bottom here. I'm gonna just say it's okay. This is where it was a touch off, but it was such a small sliver. I decided to do it that way. Cute. I like the little Scrappy pad. Okay, this one goes this way. What am I doing? I have this all flipped around now. I'm sure if I just focus for one moment, I will be fine. There's my cover. Okay. Let's decorate the cover and then we'll tuck a few things in the pockets. So I was thinking this butterfly would be perfect for the cover. Now that I have this, I wonder if I want to. I don't think I do. I was like, I wonder if I want to use it. All right. I have all kinds of little paper circles everywhere now. About something like that. I kind of want her on the front and the butterfly. I am going to tear that, add some ink, and again, decorate the front with whatever papers and things that you think look pretty. Kind of like that. You get multiple green stripes that way from that little image of a book, A Tale of a Nest. It's one of my favorite vintage images. I've used it quite a bit. Okie dokie. And I haven't put a ribbon on the front of this one. The other ones I did. Ideally, I would have put it on that circle or on her, or we can just glue something there in a minute, but I don't have my hot glue. Oh, here, I can use a glue dot. We'll just do it that way. Let me find a piece of ribbon. Maybe this one will go with one that has some green. I'm going to tie a little tiny bow since I did not punch a hole for the front. I'm going to go there. Where do I want to put it? I'm going to put it right at the top. Again, a lot of times I'll use hot glue for something like this, but these glue dots work really well too. Very quick and easy. All right, I want to, I'm going to tear this. Let's see what size we need. That's pretty good. I'm gonna chop it just a touch. And since this one is printed with the pink on the back, I'm not going to worry about mounting it on something. Sometimes I even just leave them white, you know. Let's make sure I like how that's fitting in there. All right, and then this one, we will definitely tie a little ribbon to it. I'm gonna stay with the same little color. I could have gone with something like a pink, which would have been cute, but let's go with the green. I used different pink ribbons on the first two that I made. All right. So fun. Very simple. And again, we can make more elaborate ones, but this gives us a good idea. And what's fun, I think, about the collage papers is they look really good even if you don't decide to add extra embellishment and things. Now, on one of them, I just put like some toppers to make it, you know, be like, here's a journaling spot. And then on another, I added an extra pocket. I think because of time's sake, I'm just going to add the little topper, and we'll have more writing space in this one. But if you want, you know, add a pocket on either of these pages. I put mine here for a little bit of stability. So see, this is the regular size print of the journaling cards that came with the kit, and they're a little big at that size for this size folio. But you can always fold them up, you can cut them out, you can do different things. What I am going to do so that I have something cute for both of these pockets is I am going to, I'll fold this for one of the pockets, and we'll just put it in there for more writing space. And then we'll grab another piece. Yeah, that looks pretty. There we go. And then I'm gonna grab this one, and I think I want this card. So let's just cut it out real quick, and then we will be done. I am really happy with the pink and green. And I hope you are too. All right, there we go. And this one I'll just fold over. I think if I want to make this size again, I would just print these cards. I don't know, like, I'd have to do the math or just do a test print, but maybe like 70%. And they probably end up being close to the right size. Just thinking. There we go. Fit it like that. Very pretty. And again, we can collage more on these if we want to, but I think I'm going to leave it. I'm happy with it. Even with my vellum, you know, brain fog, it all worked. You probably guys were like, what is she doing? Why is she punching the circle out of the vellum? Okay, now I have 3. Aren't they cute? All right, I hope you like them, and I hope you will make some. Let me know. And until next time, have a great day, everybody. Thank you.